Well, the Everton fans have had plenty to cheer about this season, and let's take a look at their two teams. David Moyes hopes his fellow countryman David Weir can settle an Everton defence shaken by their defeat at Middlesbrough and by injuries. Tony Hibbert is out with a groin injury, and Nuno Valente, who struggled with a similar problem since international commitments with Portugal, is also missing. So Weir makes his first Premiership start since May, and with Phil Neville's role changing, the way is left open for a second striker in James Beattie. Sheffield United are unchanged for the third game in a row, so the team that won 4 points from contests with Middlesbrough and Manchester City is on duty again. Phil Jagielka, who had United's first win of the season, will try and show Everton why they were wrong to release him as a teenager, but he may be needed in goal if Paddy Kenny encounters problems, as Neil Warnock again opts to do without a reserve goalkeeper. 13 years since the last meeting between these two sides here. Everton won 4-2 that day with a hat-trick from Tony Cottee. That's Joseph Yobo. And number 5 here is David Weir. Lescott here starting at left-back. The aim is to find Andy Johnson. Paddy Kenny, though, just watches it out. Andy Johnson has scored in every match at Goodison Park so far this season. Been one meeting between these two clubs since that 4-2 victory for Everton here. It was a goalless draw at Bramall Lane in December 1993. Carsley under Kenny's clearance. Lee Carsley, who's enjoyed an international renaissance under Steve Staunton, somewhat reluctantly it seemed on the manager's part. Armstrong's throw-in, met by Arteta. This is Michael Tong. Here's Jagielka. And it's backed by Mikel Ledgerwood. Arteta. Now Phil Neville. Aiming to reach Johnson through the middle, but Jagielka was underneath it. It was Claude Davis's header back. Paddy Kenny has kept 2 clean sheets since his arrival in the Premiership against Manchester City and Blackburn, the latter including a penalty save from Lucas Neal. It's Yobo's header. Ledgerwood, first time to Kazim Richards. Neville trying to keep him isolated. Well, he looked for Gillespie from his cross, but Gillespie couldn't apply his head to it. Simon Davis has started on the left. That's Lee Bromby.
Well, it's been this end of the pitch that Sheffield United have been having problems this year. Certainly away from home, not scored a goal yet. But you wonder if they'll maybe get some joy today. Everton once again having to shuffle the pack at the back. Having a real torrid time with full backs.
Armstrong underneath it. Kazim Richards helps it on. Ledgerwood. Driven through the middle for Hulse. Kazim Richards. Trying to take on Phil Neville. Arteta holds him up. Ledgerwood. Didn't dip.
Well, Kazim Richards just running into a whole lot of blue shirts here. He manages to hold on to possession. Tries the chip here, I think. Poor execution.
Mikel Ledgerwood rattled in a great effort against Arsenal, only to see it ruled out at the Emirates Stadium earlier in the season. Jolyon Lescott, late of Wolves, with the throw-in, and this is David Weir. And off the hand of Beattie.
I don't think Beattie could do a great deal about that, could he? Just having a word with the referee. I mean, the ball just skipped up, ricocheted off both arms.
Hulse looking to get on the end of the kick, and Weir seemed to knock it against him.
played more football at international level this season, David Weir, than at club level. He played really well for his country as well.
Here's Tong. Surprised you didn't take the chance to mention then the opportunity, the victory over France, in which David Weir was a part. It's actually his first start in the Premiership since the end of last season, David Weir, although he has retained the captaincy after being given a new one-year contract. Neil Warnock looked to Claude Davis and said that the only other central defender he had been interested in signing was Jolyon Lescott, but he couldn't afford him. Lescott not playing in the centre today.
Well, I think that's one of the problems you've got when you're Sheffield United manager. You're not getting the type of money to go out and buy an Andy Johnson. You've got to think maybe an Andy Johnson for Sheffield United would give them a much better chance of staying in this Premiership. But these guys cost a lot of money. Money that Neil Warnock or Sheffield United don't have.
Arteta's kick doesn't clear the first man. Tong the defender. And that's Alan Quinn. Now Michael Tong takes over. Cahill won it back. And this is Arteta. Well, he didn't seem to give Johnson too much of an opportunity, but he's a bit unlucky at the end.
Yeah, just try to shield the ball here so it runs out of play for a Sheffield United goal kick. But with Andy Johnson around, his head Eller never gives up in anything. Could have embarrassed Jagielka there.
That was Arteta. Jagielka. Now Cahill. Lescott. Simon Davis. Arteta. Sent round. It's Kenny's though. Gillespie. Armstrong. Tong short of options, needed Kazim Richards closer. Invites Quinn into it in the end. That was Hulse. And back by Phil Neville. Where? Jagielka. Now Simon Davis. Won his battle with Ledgerwood. Arteta. Neville got his cross in early. Yes! Mikel Arteta. 1-0 Everton.
Well, what a fantastic header by Arteta. Normally Tim Cahill, you see in those set chases bombing into the box. Starts the move here. Phil Neville, great support play, fantastic cross into the box. And a terrific header from Arteta. Gives Paddy Kenny no chance.
Johnson. Only cleared as far as Mikel Arteta. And Johnson again. Cross blocked by Armstrong.
I want to do everything Andy Johnson, take the throw-ins. It's not his responsibility. Get into the box where he can do some real damage.
And he has done that now, Andrew Johnson. And instead it's Phil Neville lining up the throw. Looks for Beattie, and it's fallen to Johnson, who looks back to Arteta. Neville. Phil Neville's cross. Cahill looking to get in round the back of Ledgerwood, and the corner's been won.
Well, I tell you what, they made a mess of that cross. Sheffield United goalkeeper should have done a little bit better. Nearly fell right into the path of Tim Cahill here. Tries to punch, not a good one. Breaks between Ledgerwood and Johnson. Nearly falls to the feet of Cahill.
And they've got so many worries here, Sheffield United, as well as Johnson. There's Beattie to cope with. They've tended to sandwich him, and Cahill's very good in the air, although at the moment he's gone to the far post. From the shuffling, it's cleared by Bromby in the end. Here's Weir. Lescott. Julian Lescott. Beattie.
Well, Lescott does okay to get in an advanced position, but I think he's a little bit lucky here. He's not picking James Beattie out.
Here's Alan Quinn. Only Holt's up ahead, although Bromby's made a good dart to the right. The ball was played behind him, but Davis did just get a touch on that.
James Beattie does well for his team there. I mean, Phil Neville, who showed a tremendous willingness to get forward, get caught in an attacking position when that broke down. Sheffield United tried to hit in a counter-attack. James Beattie raced back, slotted in the right back slot. Great team spirit.
Ledgerwood. Tim Howard's played every Premiership game since his loan began from Manchester United. There's a huge kick. Claude Davis hasn't really dealt with it the first time, but has the second. Beattie just advanced too far. Maybe gambling on a mistake from Claude Davis. There is a bit of a wind around, which must be aiding the goalkeeper's clearance. Weir, Beattie. Simon Davis, now Cahill, Arteta, through to Johnson, Andy Johnson, back by Claude Davis, and it's red.
I'll tell you, I mean, it's brilliant play by Arteta and Johnson, delightful through ball from Arteta, great movement by Andy Johnson, but does Claude Davis get a little bit in this ball? I think the big central defender feels hard done by here. Certainly Paddy Kenny arguing to the referee. Now this will be interesting to see this again. It's a delightful ball from Arteta. Johnson gets in front of Davis. Well, I think Davis is very unlucky here. I mean, he gets the wrong side of Johnson, which causes Davis a problem right away. But is that a penalty kick or a sending off? In my opinion, no. I think he's been really unlucky here.
Well, Neil Warnock is fuming. Claude Davis has exited. It's James Beattie. It's 2-0 Everton. His second goal of the season from the spot. He did it against Wigan, and he's done it here against Sheffield United.
Well, it was a terrific penalty kick. I mean, the keeper's got absolutely no chance. But is that a penalty kick Everton deserved? I don't think so. Great penalty. Great penalty.
Number 9, James.
Now a mounted decline for Sheffield United. 2-0 down. 10 men. Not scored a goal away from home this season.
And an instant reaction here from Sheffield United, who are making a change and taking off Alan Quinn.
Number 5, Chris Morgan.
And bringing on a solid stopper in the form of Chris Morgan to bolster the defence. Morgan, who has himself seen red plenty of times in his career. On 10 occasions he's been sent off, this time for the foul on Johnson, or foul as it was adjudged by Dermot Gallagher. Claude Davis has seen red for the first time in his Sheffield United career.
Well, James Beattie just full of adrenaline after that penalty that put Everton 2-0 up. He's rushing in there.
Well, it was a wonderful move, really, from Everton, wasn't it? It almost deserved a goal, and the fact that it led to Johnson falling in the end denied us that.
Arteta's been really influential in this first half. It was a delightful little through ball for Andy Johnson. Andy Johnson's pace and movement is top class. Ended up Claude Davis on the wrong side of him, and you're always liable to give a penalty away in those situations. But in that case, I don't believe he did.
Well, he's going to have to watch his tongue, isn't he, Neil Warnock? He's given enough money to the FA in his time for comments he's made to officials and to the press about officials.
I think of an absolute certainty there's another fine coming his way after his comments after this match. I put a fair old bet in that.
Well, maybe you'll be able to pay his fine out of the winnings. Weir. Simon Davis. Yobo. Arteta. Andy Johnson just couldn't bring it under control.
He does make terrific runs off the shoulders of defenders, down the channels, clever little runs in behind defenders. I mean, you've got people like Arteta in the middle of the park who can pick those runs out.
Here's Bromby. Carsley's challenge. Now Jagielka. Gillespie.
Yeah, it's a poor ball out wide there, but what you're talking about, 20 odd yards there, sight at goal. No, you're maybe looking for him to have a crack at goal there. He's glad he never. But delighted with everything else in this first half.
Well, he showed the faith in Andy Johnson that maybe others didn't when he became available from Crystal Palace, and even though Johnson isn't on the score sheet, he's earned the reward of that second goal today with his cleverness of movement, which will be appreciated by an audience including a former manager of Everton and Sheffield United. Howard Kendall had 3 spells in charge here at Goodison, where he also played, and he took Sheffield United to a playoff final. In fact, he was probably the manager who got closest to the Premiership before Neil Warnock took over.
Yeah, it was some midfield that, wasn't it? Ball, Harvey, Kendall. Another little good midfield player just sitting in front of him, Samuel Lee.
Bromby. Pulse.
Yeah, well, I don't think there's any doubt. That's a free kick to Sheffield United. An easy decision for Gallagher. Unlike the penalty one, difficult.
Gillespie's kick. Oh, what a chance for Morgan.
I'll tell you, did you see this late? Because this is an absolutely fantastic chance. There might be a little bit of a push on Hulse in the box here. Straight onto the head of Chris Morgan.
Well, Carsley's conceded the corner here. Gillespie's kick. Hulse's header, and Kazim Richards from close range forces a fine save. What a reaction from Howard.
That's a terrific bit of goalkeeping with the American, because he's got to adjust here. He's going one way. Kazim Richards deflects the ball the other.
And it's Beattie away in the end. Well, since going down to 10 men, Sheffield United have created more opportunities than they'd had with 11. Morgan, who missed one. Holster was part of that last one that forced such a fine stop from Tim Howard in the end. But here's the risk for Sheffield United as Everton can break in numbers. Simon Davis. Gillespie holds him up. Good challenge.
Yeah, good goalkeeping when he's not really been involved in this game. The odd cross to cut out Howard, but does ever so well. And the Kazim Richards header there.
Run back by Ledgerwood. Now Hulse. Ledgerwood has advanced in support, but Hulse wants to go alone, and very nearly does. In fact, did Howard get a touch to that?
I think he got a thumb to that. Did that come off? Knocked that out. It's great attack and play by Hulse, and they showed a lot of spirit, Sheffield United, and I think he gets a little touch to that. But they're certainly a side that haven't gave up, have they? Maybe feeling a little bit hard done to with the Claude Davis sending off, and the penalty kick which he thought was going to put this game beyond Sheffield United, but they've got other ideas.
Well, a good response by Sheffield United. Suddenly making Howard busier than he'd been at any stage previously this afternoon. Bromby. 2 added minutes as Ledgerwood gives away the free kick.
There will be a minimum of 2 minutes of added time. 2 minutes.
I mean, this is a real good bit of goalkeeping. Tim Howard diving one way, keeps his eye on the ball, stretches a left arm out, gets it away.
Slowing down doesn't do it justice, does it? It's in real time where it's a really impressive stop by the goalkeeper, having to adjust himself so quickly with Kazim Richards just in front of him.
You've got to think that's been a good bit of business with Davy Moyes getting Tim Howard on loan from Manchester United. Obviously he was going to be understudy. Van der Sar is regarded as one of the best goalkeepers in the world. He's going to be second fiddle there. Come here, get regular Premiership football.
Well won back by Beattie. This is Johnson. Cleared by Armstrong in the end and kept in by Colin Kazim Richards. Going to resist Mikel Arteta. Simon Davis. Andy Johnson. Oh! Well, it looked a certainty for goal number 3.
Should have been. It's a terrific opportunity for Andy Johnson. Normally sticks them away for fun. Chris Morgan looking across to the assistant referee for an offside decision. Doesn't get it. Hits the post. Really would have been a game over for Sheffield United if that goes in.
Kazim Richards. Beattie's touch. Morgan. Half-time. It is only 2-0. It should have been 3. Andy Johnson passing up a great opportunity to almost finish Sheffield United off once and for all. Mikel Arteta had already put them ahead when the controversy exploded just past the half-hour mark. James Beattie scoring the penalty after Dermot Gallagher judged that Andy Johnson had been denied a clear goal-scoring chance by Claude Davis, whom he promptly sent off. So Sheffield United, as if their task wasn't difficult enough already, down to 10 men, and you can be sure that Neil Warnock will have plenty to say about that to the referee. But at half-time it's Everton 2, Sheffield United 0. Well, Everton's 7-match unbeaten start ended a week ago at Middlesbrough, but they've gone 4 in the Premiership without winning, drawn 3 of them. So now it's a question of holding on to this lead, or even extending it. Johnson offside. He passed up a great opportunity to make it 3-0 before the break. The goal frame denying him.
Great chance, wasn't it, what you're talking? 12 yards out, centre of the goals. Not under any pressure from any United defender. Hits the post. Would have put the game beyond Sheffield United. Well, to be fair, they did show a fair bit of spirit. Got their 2 best chances when they were down to 10 men.
This man saved one of them. Good reactions to deny Colin Kazim Richards. Here's David Weir. The aim is to find Beattie, clearing header by Chris Morgan. Both Beattie's goals this season from the penalty spot. He hasn't scored from open play since March. Here's Yobo. Neville has offered a good outlet on the right. It was from him that the first goal came. He's got forward again, but they're not going to find him. Cahill's given it away to Gillespie. And Ledgerwood has advanced here. And Howard was off his line to make it more of a problem. And he misses.
Well, I'll tell you, it's a Cahill mistake in the first instance, but a terrific run forward by Ledgerwood. And that's a chance. It's a chance. Not an easy one, but a chance nevertheless.
8th game, and he's still seeking his first goal for the club, Mikel Ledgerwood. Simon Davis. Jagielka. Back by David Weir. Here's Yobo. Now Neville. Johnson with Morgan at his back. Arteta played it forward. Jagielka has Beattie to deal with, and does. Pulse. Was there a hand there from Weir? Certainly seemed to be what Gillespie was claiming for. Here's Jolien Lescott. Johnson trying to squeeze in between Jagielka and Kenny. Sheffield United have lost only one of their last 9 meetings with Everton. They've won 3 of their last 4 visits here. But it's going to take something special to maintain that sort of record now. A man light, Claude Davis sent off in the first half and looking to overturn a 2-0 deficit. Quite a task for Neil Warnock and his side, although the evidence so far has been that they're giving up on nothing.
Well, I think I'll be quite pleased with his side's responses to sending off a Claude Davis. You know, showed plenty of spirit. It's going to be a tough season in the Premiership, and they'll need plenty of that.
Had another chance to look at the penalty incident in the break. It's a soft penalty, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I certainly wouldn't change my opinion on the penalty kick. I don't believe it was a sending off, and I don't believe it was a penalty kick. I mean, you always run the risk when you get that's Claude Davis, and you get on the wrong side of a centre forward inside the box, brush against one another, sometimes very slight contacts with boots. But I believe it was a decision that went against Sheffield United.
There's Arteta. Yobo. Neville. Johnson lets it run to Beattie. And here's Gillespie. Pulse. Gillespie. Michael Tong. Kazim Richards, heavy and behind Lee Bromby.
Yeah, it's a dated ground, Goodison, but it's a ground that you got a fantastic atmosphere at. Crowd right on top of the pitch. Always certainly a ground that I enjoyed playing at.
Well, plenty of good modern stadia about, but they're built to a formula, aren't they? Too many of them the same, whereas this one, with their fan of a chairman, Bill Conright, has a traditional feel about it. It's a good challenge up by Weir, and it's cleared by Arteta. It's high from Morgan. But only a throw-in given, as Johnson examines the damage. Here's Cahill. Stopped by Armstrong.
See if he can do a bit of damage with his throw-ins now, Phil Neville, because he's done plenty of damage with his crossing.
There's Johnson. Davis! Well, too many bodies in there in the end. Tried to slide in Neville again. He certainly did do plenty of damage from his throw, which got the flick on from Cahill it required.
Yeah, you felt that one was going to end up in the back of the net, didn't you? Some great defending there by Sheffield United. Bromby, I believe, getting the block in.
Bromby. Jagielka. Bromby. Gillespie. Jagielka. Morgan. Armstrong. Ledgerwood.
Well, they're having a bit of a go, Sheffield United. I expected Hulse up front and everybody else behind the ball, maybe a bit of damage limitation. But Neil Warnock and his players have decided differently, throwing plenty of bodies forward. They already had Ledgerwood forward. Good early shot in this second half. It's a full match to United.
Jagielka. Weir. Jagielka away. Now Lescott. Yobo. Arteta. Well, again, Neville given licence to venture forward. He's overrun that, though.
Yeah, he just runs that one out of play, but it was terrific play in the first place. Yobo at the back. I mean, Dave Weir been pretty solid. That was a lovely turn and pass with a big centre half. And Chris Morgan climbing all over Andy Johnson here. As Bromby gets the block from Simon Davis out, you felt that might end up in the back of the net.
Everton bracing themselves for change. It looks as though McFadden and Osman could be about to come on. Jagielka's kick. Cleared by Weir. Gillespie. Arteta. Jagielka. It's a foul by Cahill. Gillespie. Now Simon Davis. Bromby. Ledgerwood.
It's strange how some teams react to going down to 10 men, isn't it? All of a sudden having a real go, Sheffield United.
Yes, this has been no walkover for Everton, certainly. But Cahill could cause them a problem here. Kelly, as he likes to, holding a high starting position. That's handball by Beattie.
Yeah, I think he's going to make a couple of substitutions now. It won't be tactical. I don't believe. Just rotating things. Carling Cup tie coming up midweek. A lot of these players have had a lot of games already. This fella in particular.
And replacing him, number 21, Leon Osman.
So Osman on for Cahill. And Everton's second goal scorer, James Beattie. Making way for James McFadden.
Well, I never gloated about Davy Weir when I was telling you about Scotland, but I will. There's another player on that's made a huge contribution to the terrific start that Scotland have had in the European Championship. It really has took to the international arena, James McFadden, really well, scored plenty of goals. A real talent, big favourite with the Scotland fans. Alan Irvine, Davy Moyes there, know it as well. throwing the water bottle to the ground. It was a lovely first touch from James McFadden as well. Nice turn. Just roll the ball into the path of Leon Osmond, who stacks the space to get a good ball into the box. Overhits it.
Neville. A real sense of determination and urgency about Sheffield United. They haven't let the Claude Davis sending off get to them. They've shown plenty of heart. Yobo. Now Arteta. Johnson. Neville. Space for Osman. And another waste.
It was as well. I mean, the angle's a bit tight here, but Simon Davis is in acres of space at the back post here when Osman gets this. You look up in the corner of the 18-yard box here, just flight it over.
Well, Everton haven't lost successive Premiership matches so far this season. They've only done it once in the whole of 2006 when they were beaten successively by Tottenham and Chelsea in April. So a quick stopping of the rot was very much the order of the day, and David Moyes has got the reaction he wanted to the disappointment against Middlesbrough. McFadden.
Yeah, not his stronger foot there. But good hold-up play behind Achebe there. Play McFadden in. Shows good strength. Nice first touch from McFadden.
Webber's touch. Now Michael Tong. The block by Simon Davis. One back by Arteta. Carsley. Morgan in strongly on Anichebe. Bromby. Cava. Try to slot in Bromby. McFadden missed his challenge. And Webber's strike is blocked by Howard. Another important save by the Everton goalkeeper, because if Sheffield United score, then Everton could be rattled here. It's Ledgerwood who lines it up, and Hulse just couldn't divert it past the goalkeeper.
Well, once again, it's a right back that makes a really positive run into the Everton box. Bromby. You wouldn't deny this Sheffield United side a goal, the way they've approached this second half with 10 men. I mean, Webber shoots straight at Howard there. He's landed up in the back of the net. In a shaky last 8 minutes or so for Everton.
Lescott. Ledgerwood.
Yeah, he's had a few shots from distance, but none of them have troubled Tim Howard. And McFadden trying to intercept this, and there's a little trip on Bromby there, but Bromby keeps his balance, unlike Johnson in the first half.
Positively on Carsley and caught him. Webber. Ledgerwood. Weir came in to tidy up, but here's Webber. Taking on Davis. Ledgerwood, is he going to have another crack? Looks for Cava this time. Osman touches it behind just to be sure.
Yeah, I think they've been a breath of fresh air in this second half, Sheffield United. How many times do we see teams going down to 10 men, already a couple of goals behind, damage limitation. Certainly not this Sheffield side. Had a real go.
Tong's corner kick. Bromby tries to head it back across. Got a deflection first off Lescott, and then McFadden brings it clear. Now Nicheby. Just couldn't find the finish.
I mean, Letterwood does brilliant to track him here, all the way back. Chased him nearly the full length of this pitch. But just a little bit of strength here at the end. Nicheby just shoulders him off the ball, just can't get the shot right.
Over the free kick.
I don't think they're going to throw too many bodies forward there now. They're quite happy with the 3 points, 2 goals. All the central defenders staying back. Yobo, David Weir, Lescott. Nobody's ventured forward at all.
Arteta to take. Right across to the far side to Davis. And here's Osman. Struck clear by Jagielka.
I thought he might have fancied the volley there, Simon Davis. Paul Scholes a few seasons ago at Bradford.
Here's Tong. 3 up with him. Davis brings it clear. Jagielka. Well, they can't afford to keep giving it away, Everton. Sheffield United will keep coming back at them in waves, given the chance. Here's Webber.
They must have been sitting in that dressing room at half-time, Everton, thinking, well, 10 men, 2 goals up. Nice, comfortable 45 minutes coming up. That certainly hasn't happened.
Here's Webber. Ledgerwood. McFadden. Now Arteta. Here's Anichebe. Getting the better of Armstrong, but not of Morgan.
I'll tell you what, Morgan's been terrific since this came on. One good interception after another, some terrific defensive headers, but unfortunately for him, missed a great chance to get Sheffield United's first away goal of the season.
And Morgan here having to hold up Anichebe, and of course one man's suspension is another man's opportunity. McFadden! Great save!
That's a terrific bit of goalkeeping with Paddy Kenny here. And he's only 6 yards out, McFadden. And when the ball's flighted in, just doesn't thunder it. I mean, the cross from Osman's coming in. Fair bit of pace on the cross. Just tries to guide it into the corner. Terrific bit of goalkeeping.
Arteta plays this corner back to Lee Carsley. Oh, Anichebe just tried to apply a little touch to that. Kenny positive from the off.
I just tries a little flick on here from, I think it's a shot from Carsley initially, and if that's the other side of the goal, Kenny might be in a bit of trouble.
Jagielka. Osman. Armstrong. Cava. Here's Tong. Kaba. Bromby. Tong, cleared by Weir. Webber. McFadden. It's Johnson's header. Jagielka. Kenny generally seems to be a goalkeeper, one of the goalkeepers who's more adept with his clearances. Here's Johnson. Osman. Showed too much of it to Chris Armstrong. Ledgerwood. Now Lee Bromby. Kaba. Lescott just kept him at bay. Bromby's throw, Morgan challenging for it. 3 added minutes. Now is Anichebe just going to try and run it to safety for Everton. He's going towards goal!
Now the Everton fans like this boy, his pace, he's powerful, just whizzes this one past the post. Only one thing in his mind here when he picks this ball up, run at the defender. Got a shot on target, not this time, but not far away.
Great ball from Jagielka to Danny Webber. Davis tight to him. He's done well though, Webber. Kaba. Foul by Lescott. And Osman has kept it in.
I'll tell you what, you wouldn't deny Sheffield United a goal, would you? Their approach to this game since they've been down to 10 men has been absolutely fantastic. They really have had a goal. You really thought they might have just got everybody behind the ball. They're 2 goals down at the time. Make sure they don't lose the 4 or 5. David Moyes' side must have been delighted with them until the sending off. Played some great football and opened the scoring with a beautifully worked goal. Neville cross, Arteta header. Real quality. But so Sheffield United side, I'm quite certain that Neil Warnock must be really proud of his players.
Well, nice easy game for them next anyway in the Premiership. Chelsea at home. Might be a daunting task for some, but Neil Warnock will relish that against the club he turned down. Here's Bromby. Tempting for Hulse. Yobo went to it with him.
Yeah, just too much in the cross. Yobo's making sure that Hulse doesn't get his head onto this. Just competes the centre half. He knows he's not going to get it. And to make sure Hulse doesn't either.
Well, they've given it their best shot, Sheffield United, but they haven't had the breaks.
Well, there's a couple of penalty decisions that people thought they might have got. Does he head that one, or does it come off his arm? Chris Morgan thinks it comes off his arm. And just before that, there was a McFadden incident with Bromby. Nearly tripped him up inside the box. Bromby kept his balance. Andy Johnson never in the first half of the Claude Davis incident that led to his sending off. And the second Everton goal, controversial moment, turned this game.
Everton extend their unbeaten record at Goodison Park and put behind them last week's defeat at Middlesbrough. Mikel Arteta got their first goal in the first half, a wonderful header from a Neville cross. And Andrew Johnson was fouled by Claude Davis for the second, a decision that led to Davis being sent off by Dermot Gallagher and James Beattie rattling home the penalty. But Sheffield United were plucky. They didn't give up on it. They battled. And down to 10 men, they were possibly even the better team in the second half and made Everton work rather harder for this victory than they might have expected to have to at half-time. It's finished Everton 2, Sheffield United 0.
David, how important was it to get back in the winning groove today?
It was vitally important because you know, we played really well recently, and in some games only picked up 1 point. So we were at home. We wanted to try and make it count, and we did do. The players done everything we asked of them. We said get us a clean sheet, pick up the 3 points, and they done that.
Has it made up for the way that you feel some things have gone against you in recent weeks?
No, because say things go like that through the season, and you know, obviously we thought we had a poor decision at Newcastle, which led to a free kick and a couple other things, but it's water under the bridge now. So you take the game, you get on with it, and referees make mistakes the same as I do.
The penalty award.
Great piece of play for us. Probably our best bit of play in the game. Good passing, and played in at the last minute. Mikel Arteta plays Andy Johnson in, and he does really well. Cuts across the centre half's line, which forces the centre half to sort of impede him and push him aside. And you know, if you don't get that, you know, you say, well, of course it's a penalty kick.
First goal from Mikel Arteta, pretty much out of the Tim Cahill scrapbook, wasn't it?
Not half, and sort of reverse roles. Normally Mikel's the one who's crossing the ball in for somebody else to score, but on this occasion Mikel got on the end of another Phil Neville cross, which I may say put in 2 or 3 great crosses today, and has done that on several occasions this season already for us.
He's a useful player to have around, isn't he, Phil Neville, for his versatility?
Not half. He's, as everybody knows, and I don't want to be repeating myself, a really good professional, top player to have at the football club, and someone who gets on with the job no matter what role you give him.
Phil, how important was it to get that win after last week's result?
It was massively important. Not just last week's result, the 3 previous games where we drew were disappointing because we felt that we could have got something out of the games, but you know, it was 4 games without a win, and after a tremendous first 5 games it was disappointing, so we needed to get back to winning ways, and we have done today. It wasn't just probably about the performance today, it was about getting the 3 points, and we did that, and we can look forward to the next week.
Were you enjoying your role getting forward and providing the cross for the first goal?
Yeah, it's, you know, as a fullback you've got to get forward, and with good players in front of you that can feed you the ball like Mikel Arteta did, it makes the job easier. And you know, not many people probably expect headed goals from Mikel Arteta. They probably was marking James Beattie or they were marking Tim Cahill, and he ghosted into the box, and he tells us he used to do that all the time at Rangers and at Paris Saint-Germain. So